I'm Damien Roy, and welcome on my guitar lesson YouTube channel. Today we're going to talk and play and learn how to practice major and minor pentatonic scales. There's many different pentatonic scales that we can use for playing blues, rock, pop, metal, whatever modern music genre. And also, pentatonic scales were pretty ancient too, because we discovered them kind of 3,000 years ago on different continents. We know that they appeared in different places in the world, and that many civilizations were using them for the music. So pentatonic comes from the Greek 5, penta, which means you have 5 notes in the pentatonic scale. Without going too much into the theory right away, because I want to go more into the practice so you can have fun and play with it. We'll have more chapters on theory applied on the instrument later. So we have 5 positions of major and minor pentatonic scales. So within 5 positions, it's going to surprise you, but we're going to be playing major pentatonics and at the same time minor pentatonics, because there's what we call relative scales. If a major scale has like a twin, which is a minor scale, they contain exactly the same notes but not in the same order. Let's start, for example, here on a first position. So I'm going to think it as G major pentatonic. So my G here will be represented by the blue dots on the patterns that you're going to see. So here I'm going to start on, we're going to take the key of G major pentatonic or E minor pentatonic. That's how I'm going to think it. I know it could be a little bit confusing for you right away, but technically you're playing exactly the same scales, because they contain exactly the same notes here. I'll explain later why. So here I'm starting on the G. So that's position 1. We can call it position 1 if we're thinking into the key of G. So here, blue notes, you have it here on string, you have the root of G, G here on string 6 fret 3, you got a G here on string 4 fret 5, and you also have that major root here on string 1 fret 3. The funny thing here about what you have, those 2 G's, is what we call octaves here. So here, you can imagine it's a little bit like playing chess, like the movement of the knight, forming a L. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay? So we have the octaves here. It's important to know where the root is, especially later on when you're going to be improvising. The red dots are the minor relative scale. So the red dots here, since we're in G or E minor, are going to be the note E. So for example, if I'm in E, it still works. If I'm in G, it works too. That's the funny thing about the notion of relative scales. Okay? So how to calculate a relative scale? It's the distance between a major and a minor. Think the major on the top and minor on the bottom is at a distance of a minor third. So here on the neck here, we will see that, for example, I have my G here, it will be easier to find here, to find the minor relative. That's exactly what I played 1 octave lower here. Okay? So you're going to have it a distance of a minor third, which is 1.5 steps. So a half step is 1 fret. So So 1 and a half. So here's your minor relative here. So that's what we're going to call position 5 if we're following that order. Okay? So it's always located there. So that's going to be a position that a lot of guitarists are going to be using for playing songs and improvising. So we did position 1. Now let's move on to position 2. So how does it work here? Since you started here on position 1 here on string 6, position 2 is going to be going on here starting on fret 5 if we're in the key of G major or E minor pentatonic. So here I'm starting on fret 5 of string 6. Okay, so that could be really convenient for playing. So as you've seen, I'm using and playing with a pick and doing alternate picking. You can also play with your fingers, just play as you want. So here, same thing, so the blue dots are going to be here, right here on string 4, fret 5, so we have the G here, the other G here. We have what we call the octaves. It's always going to be this shape here. Okay? And the red dots here, we have it on string, so the E is here, E on string 5, fret 7. And here on string 5, on string 2, sorry, fret 5. Could be confusing. Octaves here. So that's an interesting position after the practice. Of course, you have to learn them all by heart. Okay, I'm going to play it again. So. Good. Let's move on to position number 3. So here we go. So since we were here on position 2, this was the last note here. We're going to start position 3 on the last note that you had right here on position 2. So we're starting here on fret 7. So here, the blue dot, so the G is going to be right here on string 5, fret 10. And the other one's going to be here on string 2, fret 8. For the red dots here, we're starting here, so if we're thinking more into E minor pentatonic, we're starting on string 5, fret 7. And the other one, the octave here, you can hear is going to be on string 3, fret 9. Okay, let's play it again. Good. Now, let's move on to the next position here. So, we're going to see position 4. So, since we were here starting on fret 7, position 4 is going to start on fret 10 here. So, here we go. So, the blue dot here will be on string 5, fret 10. The other one will be at the octave here, so you can see this position here for octaves. That will be super useful for playing songs, even funk. Okay, the red dots here, so the minor relative, will be here on fret 12, string 6, and the other one here, you're going to have another one here on string 3, fret 9, and the other one on string 1, fret 12. So it's important to know where they are. Excellent. Now let's move on to the most famous position here. So we're going to be on fret 12. So okay. So on that position position number 5 here, so here we're starting by the red dot here. We're starting by the E. This is the other E here, the other root of, if you're thinking minor here, so it's going to be on string 4, fret 14, and the other one is going to be on string 1, of course, fret 12. Okay? If you're thinking major, so the G is going to be here on string 6, fret 15. After on string 3, fret 12, and after on string 1, fret 15. So here you have the 5 positions that are both major and minor, depending how you're starting. So here I started thinking as a major, but remember it's the same because E minor pentatonic and G major pentatonic, if you look up the notes, they have exactly the same notes within their pentatonic scale, but not in the same order. Okay, so of course you're going to have to learn them all by heart. Also, don't hesitate to practice those positions here by, for example, creating exercises going down and up. So, all kinds of different exercises you can do, and work with different rhythms also at the same time. Okay, so we've seen those 5 positions here. Now we were in the key of G major or E minor pentatonic. But let's take the example if I wanted to think I am an A minor pentatonic, because that's a key that is used pretty often here. So here I have my A on string 6. Remember the lesson of power chords, where to find the root of the chords. It's the same thing for the scales playing on string 6 here. So my A is on string 6, fret 5. So here I have, for example, position 5 that I had within the 5 first positions. We were working in the key of G or E minor, but this time here I'm thinking here more into minor. So I'm starting in fret 5 and I'm going to apply this position here, which is shape number 5 or pattern number 5, but starting on fret 5. So of course after you can have fun playing on 2 positions. So if I'm starting here, the position before will be you're going to have here, the position before will be this one here. That was position 4 in E minor or G major pentatonic. Playing the A minor chord, you can hear that it sounds good. So now if I want my major relative here, it's going to be located at a distance of a minor third. So 1, 2, 3 here. Half step, half step, half step. So and there you go. So once you have all these positions, that will be another chapter, for example, for working on bending and some little improvisations. Okay, I've used another pentatonic scale, but we will see that later. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Please don't forget to subscribe to my guitar lesson YouTube channel, and keep on practicing. Learn them by heart. Go through the videos. Learn your notes on strings 6 and 5, and have fun. Because with those pentatonic scales, you can go very far and learn a lot of solos there.